Hey, hey, hey. I'm trying to get where there's enough light in here. Okay, there we go. Look, yeah, this story on Mr. David Shoemaker, the veteran from from Connecticut, excuse me, has grown legs. And I give kudos to G4T for that. Alex Jones has picked it up, and he's running with it. Okay, and apparently he's showing some kind of letter or something from somebody about this psych eval. However, there are still many questions in my mind about it. Okay. First off, David contacted the VA, okay, about going to see this pain management specialist 6 months before the cops came to his house for this wellness check. It would seem to me that if the VA, had a real issue with it, they would have had somebody go to his house a whole lot sooner than 6 months after the fact. Okay? I mean, we all know the government's not really efficient, but, apparently in the truther world, in the world of, G4T and AJ, they're out to get the vet, so it shouldn't take 6 months to go get a vet. Okay? And keep in mind, I am a veteran, a retired military member. All right? So, I'm not sure that him calling the VA really had anything to do with this wellness check. Okay? Now, I have contacted the Connecticut VA. All right? Talked to a hospital. Talked to a nurse. All right? Who has stated that, you need a primary physician at the VA, but that doesn't stop you from having a primary physician, okay, of your own outside of the VA, which, according to David, his primary physician is who contacted the police. So was it his VA doctor? Or was it a civilian doctor of his choosing? Okay. And keep in mind, it was 6 months after he contacted the VA and requested pain management specialists. Okay? Now, in Connecticut, according to the VA, they have mental health facilities in every hospital. Which leads me, to make the assumption that if the VA wanted to do a mental health eval on him, they would have him brought to a VA facility. But he's being charged for it, which leads me to assume that he was taken to a civilian facility. So we're getting lots of questions here about, did the VA request this? Is the VA doing this? Or is a civilian facility doing this? And did it have nothing to do with the phone call to the VA seeking pain management? Okay. AJ, for those of you who think I just pick on G4T, which I don't, I give G4T in this situation kudos for bringing this to the public's knowledge if this is a true case. The scenario, i.e. meaning the scenario that David is giving him is accurate, okay, that the VA caused all this, all right. However, again, I question G4T's lack of diligence and AJ's lack of diligence, because from what I've seen from AJ and G4T, everybody is taking what David said as gospel, and no one has tried to verify anything. Just like I was able to call the Connecticut VA, a VA hospital, and find out that there are mental health facilities in all of those hospitals, okay, and that your primary physician, yes, you need one within the VA, but if you have one of your own, all right, who treats you for colds and, whatever day-to-day stuff, you may have a second civilian primary physician who may have requested this wellness check, who has nothing to do with the VA. So maybe the VA didn't do it. All right. Now, where I get to real issues is that Dave says that when he was for the 72-hour evaluation, he was given meds, and he says on AJ's program that they didn't do anything to him. They had no effect. Okay? And AJ runs off and assumes it was, some drug that his dad, as a dentist, gives patients, all right, that will, you'll answer anything affirmative, apparently, if you're given that drug. Well, I've had dental surgery, and I've been given Demerol and Valium IVs, and they said I talked funny and told them shit that, I probably would have never told anybody. But, I was in a blacked out state during that. But David says the drugs, the meds, had no effect on him. Now, I know that the Valium and Demerol IV had an effect on me, and that I don't remember shit during any of that time. But David apparently remembers that and didn't black out. So, is this drug that AJ's talking about make you remember that period of time in a different way, or should he have been blacked out? I don't know. Okay? But that's what it amounts to. That's my question. What's going on? Then AJ says, every vet I know has received a letter saying they need to come in for a psych eval, and they may take their guns. Okay. This is my stand on that one. I am retired Air Force. Therefore, I am a vet. Retired in 95. My brother-in-law is receiving treatment from the VA, okay, as a disabled vet. I have my buddy Gary, who is receiving treatment from the VA. We all own guns. My brother-in-law recently went out and bought 2 AKs. And I don't know what else. But we haven't received any letters. So every vet is not receiving these letters, and I don't know what the criteria is to get them. However, I'm not being treated by the VA, and Gary and my brother-in-law are. So what's the criteria? Hence, my point in all of this. Not every vet is receiving a letter. That's one. AJ's friggin' lying, speculating, assuming because some people got one that he knows about, that everybody is, which is the way it works in conspiracies. Okay? Nobody's verifying what went on with the VA. Nobody has asked, was it your VA primary physician or a primary physician that you have other than that who called the police? And the incident that he's saying caused this, all right, requesting, all right, a pain specialist, occurred 6 months before the cops came to his house. So, what is missing from this story, which has been my point ever since it started with G4T. And it's nothing against G4T. I applaud him if this is a real, true, carriage of misjustice against David. I applaud him for bringing it forward, and I applaud Alex Jones for putting it out. But there are so many questions, and these so-called second, third string alternative citizen journalists are not asking this question. Why is it left to a little guy sitting up here on a lake in Michigan to ask these questions? These fuckers, are not legitimate journalists, second, third string, whatever. Because they should have asked these questions, asked for documentation in the beginning. Not 2, 3, 4 weeks into it, in which they're not even asking the question. And now they're going to come out with more stories about other veterans, according to them, that this has happened to. But they aren't checking the information. So how much of it can you believe? That's it. I'm done. Hey, have a great day. I am. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave a comment if you'd like. Subscribe if you haven't. And if you think this is worthy, please pass it on to someone else. And hey, have a great day. It's in the 50s up here and I'm loving it. Bye-bye now.